If you've been repeating financial or abundance affirmations, but yet you still feel stress when it comes to bills and things that pop up, or maybe you feel guilty when it comes to investing in yourself and doing good things, if you're ready to shift out of that energy and into something that makes it so that you can truly be the architect of your life, then stick around because this episode is for you. Welcome to where you are finally able to get unstuck and experience nervous system peace that is integrated into your everyday life as your new normal. Because transformation is a way of life here, and yours begins now. So if you've been repeating affirmations, doing the work, and yet it just feels icky sometimes, or maybe it just doesn't really, because when I say resonate, I'm talking about like a full body manifestation. It feels like a warm hug, like something overwhelms your body in a positive way, or like your heart space really lights up, something really ignites in a very positive way. If it is resonating, that is what that means, at least to me. And let me know down below if you have a different way you would define it, or if you agree with that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the description, and there should be a place where you can comment down below. Let me know, because that is how I feel like it is a good way to describe the word resonate and what it is that I specifically mean. Because if we are feeling in alignment, our body should positively light up. It should have a positive resonance. You look at, if you've taken two tuning forks, for instance, that were the same harmonic frequency, they will ricochet off each other and they'll actually get bigger in their frequency and their noise and their vibrations. But if you take two tuning forks that are of different frequencies, they will actually compete against each other for the more dominant frequency, and they'll actually kind of suffocate each other out ultimately because they're both competing. So if we can think about it like that, when we feel someone is resonating with us, the first thing that comes to mind is, how is this person resonating with my physical vessel? How are their energy resonating within me, and how am I receiving it? Because also, if we've had trauma, we've had anything that we are misaligned, we'll say, from what it is we were trying to create, but this was what we were raised with, we might find ourselves harmonizing with things of the past. Now, and it's going to feel icky. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel something that it may not even feel aligned yet. And so that's why I personally always ask myself, where is this coming from? Because if it is coming from a harmonization from a past trauma experience that is trying to come into my now creation, hey, don't forget about our free quiz, Heal Your Feminine Archetype. You will take our quiz. It'll give you your top 3 archetypes and tips to help you start integrating healed modalities that are specific to your answers that you can implement right away. Go ahead and check it out down below. It might resonate and it might feel familiar, which is why we feel chemistry. We feel that familiarity. We're like, I've been here before. I know this feeling. And when that happens, this could be a great time for you to really take your power back in a situation and create something new out of the situation. Or you could absolutely fall back into the old patterns you might have been trying to co-create out of. But if we are letting it go pull us back in, well, then that's what we're ultimately going to co-create with instead, because we're going to create no matter what. But it's how and who and what are we creating with is the really big questions I want you to pay attention to. Because when we realize we are creating things and we are intentional about what it is we are creating, we are then able to fully grasp and receive what it is we are intentionally trying to create. But we can't get there if we're not completely aware of what it is that we're doing, what is playing in our subconscious background, what are the things that even resonate that might feel familiar, safe, and good, until you step into a situation that is now maybe presenting itself as an old energy, but you have grown and you've recognized, oh, I don't like this. This is actually an unsafe harmonization. I know exactly who you are. You might even find yourself being able to read through people's BS and things of that nature, where you can kind of just see right through people, because if they have ill intent, and it's something similar that you've recognized before because you've dealt with it before, you'll see right through this energy. You'll see that other people may not. You'll just pick up on little things because you're nope, this something about this feels familiar. I've recognized this, but I know this energy. Not that I want to intentionally create with it, but I've seen this before. I've experienced this before. This is why experience is the greatest. OJT, on the job training, hands-on experience is always the greatest thing. Why? Because you are getting in the midst experience of what it's like to feel, do, be the job, the situation, whatever it is you're doing, you're training for, you get to be in it. And it's no greater advancement in your training and your education than actually doing. Now, obviously, you would probably want to know some stuff before getting into it, right? Obviously, there's a preference, and being able to have this pre-handed education or this chance to learn something ahead of time about what it is you're actually doing. But at the same time, once you've had a little basis of information, they dive right in. And that's what I always hope to achieve with these podcasts, is giving you little bite-sized pieces of information, you trying to see where it fits, if it fits, how it fits, does it fit? And it may not, and it's okay, no worries. Go to the next episode and see if that does. All good by me. As long as you're able to positively receive something that benefits you, I consider it a win. Even if it's just one person per episode, that's all I need. Thank you very much. I've done my job as far as I'm concerned, right? And the same thing for you. What is it that you are able to create in your life that you feel like, I've done my job, I've succeeded, I have satisfied what it is that I'm trying to create? And if we are not aware of what it is, then of course it creates confusion, it creates mayhem, it creates things you probably are not intentionally wanting to create. But again, we're going to create no matter what. So is it going to be something intentional, focus, and discipline? Or is it whatever the subconscious mind wants to run rampant with, which, depending on your mental state and the things that are going on in your life, may or may not be the greatest of things running rampant. So again, who and what are we wanting to create with? Are we going to harmonize with something that is, because that's something that's actually that I personally take into very significant consideration when I'm actively working on something and new things are coming my way that feel out of alignment. Well, I always stop and ask, is this truly out of alignment? Or is this a new alignment, something I have not experienced before, and it's something new in my new architecture that is trying to come in? And it's not that it's good or bad. It's just I can be sometimes slow, if you will, to respond to a situation. Like I'll just kind of take a situation in, and then I'll really sit back with it after situation's over. I'll go take my personal time and really sit with the situation, really digest it, and dial in and receive the messages. Especially big situations, and especially with people really close to me and things of that nature, or business things of that nature. I really like to sit on stuff, not for like weeks on a time, but definitely a day or two. Absolutely, because this gives my body a time to digest what it is that I'm truly creating with. Is this something new that is actually truly out of alignment? Because yeah, sometimes that's actually the case. My little, hairs are standing up and saying, red alert, don't trust, don't pass go, right? Pay attention to this. But then also, is it just simply, I haven't been here before, and this is something new I'm supposed to create with? Yes, it comes with new problems and new trials and new knowledge that you were supposed to co-create with. And how do I want to proceed? Do I want to proceed? And it's okay either way. There's no judgment other than what is truly in alignment for my highest good and the highest good of all involved in the situation. Because breaking these barriers, breaking this stuff down can feel kind of icky, kind of ugh. And if we are not ready for that, it can be really defeating on the soul, where we just feel, why bother? Why try, right? The whole shutdown nervous system phase can absolutely kick in, and it's too much. However, if we are able to take tangible bite-sized pieces of something that maybe this end goal is too big. Okay, what's a step closer, like in that direction of the goal, but a step down, a step closer to where I'm currently at? What is something that is a little bit easier to take a little bite into and sink our teeth into so that we can actually do something with it? So if I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. You ever hear those? And you're sitting there like, bitch, I know a millionaire. What are you talking about? I can't even make rent right now, right? You're not going to be able to receive that. You're so rejecting it. But what you can say is, I am working on becoming a millionaire. I'm going to become the first millionaire in my family. Something like that, you could probably be like, okay, yeah, my brain can actually receive that. I don't totally buck back. See how the energies are totally different? Like, versus I almost want to argue with you if you're in that like real scarcity mode. Because like, this is how I used to be like years and years ago when I was like struggling and everything financially and all the mayhem and my life was going on, and I would struggle to make rent. And I was trying to do the affirmations, and I was sitting there like, this is stupid because there's no way I can do this. What? And I struggle. Like even right now, it feels so icky to use. Like, ugh. Now like those thoughts, like I just, ugh, like my stomach is kind of like, But that's because I reject it now. I fully and completely reject those prior thoughts. But before, that's all I could think about. And what I had to do was being like, all right, I don't want to create with this. I do want to get out of my debt, right? So I was like, well, I'm working on, getting new clients. I'm working on bringing a new business. I'm working on getting my family healed, right? Like those, and this is going to bring in my money. This is going to bring in my stability. This is going to bring in better finances, right? That I could get on board with. Absolutely. But when I was sitting there trying to do like, I'm a millionaire, I'm like, yo, this doesn't work. I want to fight you. I almost want to prove you wrong. And that's the wrong energy we want to bring to it. So if you find yourself there and you find yourself in that position where you are not sure and you are bucking back, even like I used to once upon a time, now it's the opposite. I buck back what I used to hold on to because it makes me want to cringe, but that's just where I was. And that might be where you are too. And you know what? It's okay. We all have to start somewhere. The thing is you're intelligent and aware and accountable enough to say, hey, I'm not really where I want to be. Let's change this. Thank you. Let's go. And you're taking that initiative because you're still here, you're still showing up, and you're still listening to me this far. And hopefully you dive into the meditation. Let me know down in the comments below how it's impacting you and how it's resonating in your body, where it's resonating, how you're experiencing it, because the meditations are always supposed to be for you to be able to dive deeper within you, for you to be able to take what I'm talking about now and really integrate. This is very much the work that I do with my clients. This is very much the work that I do in my programs. This is, very similar. So if this resonates with you, hop on down to the links below and book that free strategy call with me, or my team will get you on calendar and have a chat with you. See if our programs are a good fit. We have our research program coming up. We've got a free 10-day course. We've got all this different stuff going on. That's all the same type of work because this stuff works. Honestly, truly, it does. I can prove it. You can talk your ear off for hours and hours and about the science and the research and things that people have proven. It's super cool. I could geek out, but not today. Head on over to our masterclass. We always have a free masterclass every couple of months or so. We always have it. So schedule for the next one. And I talk about it. Give me an hour, talk your ear off, show you tangible things, give you a workbook, help you integrate the work that we talk about so that you can start pulling back your own layers. Because the reality is that's what this is going to take. And once we get real with what can I actually grit my teeth into when it comes to abundance, affirmations, money, health. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Granted, today we're talking about money because, hello, we always love money. And reality is if you don't have a healed nervous system, you're not going to feel safe enough to hold the money, like you might receive it, but it might go right back out. So are you safe enough to receive it and actually hold it? Does it feel yummy with you? Is it rejecting you and like fighting you and like, I don't want to be here, right? Is it this big drama or is it safe and yummy and just, where money is like, I love you. I want to be with you. Let me come to you. Let me chase you, right? That is the energy like I'm in. And that's the shift that I had to make out of like full rejection and like no to yes, this is yummy and I love it. And it's so good for me because I'm absolutely going to be the first multimillionaire in my family. And I fully fucking know it and I fully own it. And yes, absolutely. I'm already en route. Yes, done. It's already done. The 3D manifestations are just catching up. And so going from this to what I used to be, it's nice to recognize the contrast, but also know that you can do it too. So I want you to start on it. Head on over to the meditation. Let me know down below some affirmations that are working for you because you never know who might be slyly reading things behind and not answering, or maybe they're not commenting, but they're reading your stuff too. So drop those comments down below. Let me know what works best for you so that you can help other people in the community.